Well, it wasn't crazy with their tackles out. Obviously, Tampa Bay's pass rush and their defense has been outstanding all year. JPP was going to come to play. You knew their pass rush, their linebackers are some of the best in football. Their secondary has been unheralded all year, but they've been playing fantastic football. Todd Bowles, you knew he was going to have a great plan. Anytime you're missing your starting right and left tackles in this league, you're in for a tough game, no matter how much help you give. But you got to give them a ton of credit for executing that game plan. Mahomes was still out there fighting and trying to get all his trick shots and everything. And those guys were fighting, but they had no answers. Obviously, Tom Brady was going to come out there and be who Tom Brady has always been in those moments. And he came through in the clutch, and he made sure he was efficient. He took care of the football. He got had a good running game with both Fournette and Ronald Johnson. I mean, you couldn't beat him.
Don't want to bring up the negative. You are a Super Bowl champion, but you did lose 2 Super Bowls. One was to Tom Brady, which wasn't y'all fault, by the way. Don't get me started with that one. And the other one was last year to Patrick Mahomes. How much do you believe last year's game against you guys could have or may have helped Tampa Bay in preparing for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs this Super Bowl go round?
I honestly have no idea. I think we had a good plan. We held them to 10 points all the way, until 7 minutes left in the fourth. And then they got hot, on the 3rd and 15. We can go back and forth about all that. But I think we had a great game plan, just keeping the top over the defense, understanding what their speed and what they like to do, making sure that we got stingy in the red zone once they got down there, limit the explosives. And I think if you watch that tape, you understood that they were mortal and that they can be beaten. If your pass rush gets hot and you stay secure in the back end and you don't give up a ton of explosives, they'll catch a curl, a deep curl here, a deep curl there. But if you let them take the top off the defense and create explosives, then everything changes.
So many people talked about this game being lopsided, and they really beat up Kansas City, and they're acting like this is the most lopsided Super Bowl loss in the modern era. And I'm saying, wait a minute. In 2014, I saw Peyton Manning, the great Peyton Manning, no disrespect, get beaten down pretty badly by the Legion of Boom. And by the way, it was with you and your crew in the background there, you and Cam Chancellor and the crew. When you look at what happened yesterday and you reflect on what you guys did to the Denver Broncos years ago, talk to me about any comparisons you feel may exist or whether or not there are no comparisons in your mind.
Well, I don't know. I don't try to compare and contrast, man. Being a Super Bowl champion is regardless of who you beat or what you, man, it's outstanding, and you deserve all the credit in the world. So Tampa Bay is deserving of the feeling that they're getting of being at the top of the mountain and conquering and accomplishing the dreams that they set out to accomplish. But I think that in that situation, they were one of the best offenses in the history of football statistically. With a pretty good defense. They had run through a gauntlet. They had went through Tom Brady, and obviously Peyton was having an MVP season. And what we were able to do to them was historic in its own right. I think we felt like we were the best defense in football, one of the best defenses to ever step on the field. And we were able to show that in one of the biggest games. And I think Tampa Bay was able to do the same.
Props to the Buccaneers. Let me transition to you on a personal level. This year, obviously, it was injury riddled to some degree. You had that calf injury that you couldn't get over this season. You played in about 5 games or so. How's your health right now, particularly as you're about to approach free agency next month?
It's finally great, and that's something I jumped into as soon as the offseason came. I mean, even before the offseason, just making sure I get my body completely right. I think just this weird season and then us moving to Arizona and the limitations that you had in terms of body maintenance and what you could and couldn't do to take care of your body during the season really limited the things that I was able to get done in terms of a rehab but the staff did a great job pushing me and making sure my body was getting as right as it could. But that's, as you get older in this game, you got to make sure that you got everything. You got your hyperbaric chamber, you got your ice, you know, you got your heat, you got your saunas, you got everything. You got your masseuse, your chiropractor, your acupuncturist.
Good Lord.
And yeah. I mean, shoot,
I'm
costs
just wondering. I mean, you make enough money, but damn it, how many people making enough money to have that kind of stuff available to them, Richard Sherman? I'm kind of wondering about that. I mean, damn. I mean, NFL players gonna go broke if they need all of that to play. Wouldn't you say?
Hey, if you want to play 10 years in any sport, you're going to need it all. And I guarantee you're not going to find a player in any sport that's played that long that won't say the same. You know, you got to invest in your body. And usually if you played that long, you hopefully have stacked up a few dollars and you can afford it because you got to invest in your body like you do everything else.
Well, I don't think anybody will question that about you. You graduated from high school with a 4.2 GPA. You got a degree in communications from Stanford. Obviously, you're on the executive committee for the NFL Players Association. In 2018, you negotiated your own damn contract, you and your wonderful wife. I mean, when you look at all the things that you've done, clearly, I ain't worried about you and your future. You got a bright future ahead of you. But how much time do you believe you have left in this league? From a physical perspective, how many years you think you've got left in playing in this league?
Yeah, I only want to play 2 more. You know, I want to get on a competitive team. I still think I have a lot to give to the game. I think I still have a lot that I want to accomplish. And I think I can go out there and help a defense come together like it should and reach their potential and reach the heights that the defenses that I've played on have reached. You know, we've had some special men on every one of the defenses I've played on. You know, that's what it takes. It takes people that are detailed, dedicated, that are hungry, and we've always had that. And you know, after 2 years, I think I'm going to shut it down and just, you know, regardless, because I'm sure I'll still get calls. I'm sure people will still want to see if I have interest. But I think 2 more years and I'll be content where I'm at.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.